Quiet time. Oh, shit.
Hello? Hello and welcome back to Corks and Controllers, the show where we repair pixels to liquids. As always, I'm your best friend, Victor Operator, and joining me today is the cheese counselor.
Yes, also named Victor for all you cheesy motherfuckers out there.
Mm-hmm.
The cheesiest, the cheesy boys
I forgot
and
the
girls.
gizmo. I forgot the gizmo gadget. I'm Gizmo Gadget, apparently. I'm embracing it, but I also don't mind if I skip past it. Mr. Victor, what is the bottle that we are pairing today?
Oh, yes. So, today I got a good one for you guys. So, if you didn't already see the bottle, I was like, this is a perfect blind tasting, but it is not. So, you cannot buy this at your local CVS, mind you. This is a prescription bag. It's not a wine bag. I just happen to have one handy that I'm like, oh, I need to protect my wine from sunlight. This does the job. So, UV rays, fuck you. But, so today I have, oh, what a bittersweet wine this is. So, in case you guys haven't heard about my saga with the earwigs, so, long story short, I have a garden full of tomatoes and a whole bunch of other lovely vegetables. Oh, I'm angry already. It turns out that earwigs, those little nasty little pincher bugs that, you know, like bite but don't bite because they don't bite you, they pinch you. I don't know what they do, but they eat plants. For the longest time, I was blaming hornworms that don't even exist in our area yet because it's not hot enough. But anywho, one day I plant my plants and I'm like, oh, look at my little beautiful babies. You're so green and luscious and I want all the vegetables, you know. The next morning I go on, they have a whole bunch of holes and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what in the actual fuck? And I looked for snail tracks, couldn't find any. I was like a little dumber back then. I'm like, I'm not going to look under the pot. What could possibly be there, you know? And so I'm like, any caterpillars under the leaves? No. Any kind of flies? No. Beetles? No. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I have the marvelous thought the next day to go outside at night. And I'm like, I'm going to catch you, son of a bitch, you fucking frog. You're eating my plant and I'm going to shoot you right now. Oh, was I surprised when I see a whole bunch of little earwigs munching on the tender little greens of my children. Imagine you have a baby, everybody. And out of nowhere, this centipede looking like thing comes by and just decides to chomp off your baby's, I don't know, eyebrow, flesh
Jesus
and all.
Christ.
Their little, you know, cute little fingernails and stuff. And then just for the hell of it, they take a bite out of your baby's ass. Yeah, that's how my plants were the following day.
Oh my god.
It's like some of my plants still have not recovered. But anywho, so I've been waging holy war against these earwigs. I want a complete wipeout of these motherfuckers in my yard. So I have set out these wonderful little traps full of soy sauce and oil that they drown in. I have also set out a little bacteria called Spinosad something, Spinosad, Sid.
Spermicide.
So, something like that apparently targets their nervous system and causes them to pretty much go into paralysis. But then I also learned that if I lift up the pots, I find a bunch of them. And do you know what I do? I put on the hardest soled shoe I have. And I absolutely grind them into the ground. I grind them into the dirt and I leave the carcasses there for the rest of them to see. And I've been doing that every single night. And let me tell you, my plants have never been better.
I pick the children out of the dirt and I place them down and I'm like, watch this, and crush their parents.
In the famous saying, stand amongst the ashes of the fallen and ask the ghost if honor matters. That is how I feel about earwigs. But anywho, all that tangent to say that I've gone to this lovely winery known as Kelly Fox up in beautiful Oregon, out in the Willamette Valley. Up until now, I didn't even care about the little insignia. Mr. Victor, I want you to look at that cork and tell me what you see.
Ooh, what do we got here? A cat knocking my table. Hey. Anyways, let's see. Emblem is it's a bug. It's a spider.
It's an earwig.
Ugh. Hope I'm holding this right.
Kelly
This
Fox,
way?
I
No,
love
it's this
you.
way.
I absolutely adore you. But I do not like that little insect on your labels.
Why is the front the front of it just like squaw?
So, yes, so
Fork is a bug.
let me tell you about Kelly Fox. So Kelly Fox is both a person and a winery.
Does this bird eat this bug?
I sure hope so. But anywho, so Kelly Fox is this wonderful pioneer trailblazing of a woman that makes really good wines out in Oregon. And so I want to say maybe about 2-3 years ago, I took a trip out to Oregon for my birthday with some of my bestest friends. And I was looking up wineries I wanted to go to. And if you know anything about me, I don't want to go to the big box places. You know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of who the biggest one out there is. I am sorry. There's actually not a lot of bad wineries out in Oregon. I'm trying to realizing that right now.
Oh, they meant retailers. I was just like Bevmo.
Actually, no. I am sorry, Domaine Serene, that I don't care to go to your winery. Trump supporters. Yeah, the T word. But I did my due diligence, and I'm like, I can't buy these wines down here. They're not really sold at retail shops, and they're sold at some pretty exclusive restaurants. Maybe I should go to this winery. And so I decided to book the tasting there, and oh my God, what a beautiful place. It's out like in the little fields of the Willamette Valley, and the tasting area is literally beneath these like 100-year-old pine trees. And so you're just sitting there in complete awe of this, like, I don't know, like scene from Twilight where like the trees are just gigantic and, you know, like the wind is cold, you know, but the sun is warm, and you're just tasting all these great wines. But anywho, so Kelly Fox is really cool because these guys are, to my knowledge, not biodynamic, but holy hell are they hippies. So during one of these tastings that I was at Kelly Fox, the tasting guy, I already forgot his name or her name. No, it was him. Was it Jonathan? No, it wasn't Jonathan. But anywho, I was told that Miss Fox or Mrs. Fox cares so much about her wines that she will bring in a professional gonga player when the wines are fermenting to play music for the wines. I think she also plays classical music for the barrels as well.
You gotta serenade them while you're crushing them to death.
Yeah, but I mean, so hear me out here. So I have no problems with any of that if the wine turns out to be incredible. And in this case, the wine is her Pinot Noirs, her Chardonnays. Everything is just illustrious, beautiful, shimmery, shiny, just deliciousness, you know? So this specific bottle right here is their standard Willamette Valley Chardonnay. So this is a blend of a few different vineyards. I think there's the Lark, there's the Durant Vineyard, maybe the, not the Highland, and not the Weber. Huh. Is it the Weber? Mazzy? I don't know. But it is a blend of a few different vineyard sites. And what I absolutely love about Kelly Fox is that these wines are the epitome of unadulterated. When you taste these wines, you literally taste the essence of that grape. It's very transcendental. It's very just like, when you drink it, you're like, this is invigorating, vivacious. It just like for a moment makes you freeze and think, damn, this is really good wine, but it's like trying to tell me something. And then if you really pay attention, you're like, damn, this is the definition of terroir. So how about we open it up now, Mr. Victor?
Before we do, may I read this back?
Oh, of course.
It's like this whole spiel. I don't know if it's a poem or a quote or something, but it says, from that time forth, he believed that the wise man is one who never sets himself apart from the living things. Whether they have speech or not, or in years later, or in later years. Oh my God. I'm like, everyone's going to learn I don't know how to read.
My name is Jared and I never learned how to fucking read. Vine. If you're old enough to remember Vine, you know that.
In later years, he strove long to learn what can be learned in silence from the eyes of animals, the flights of birds, the great show of gestures of trees. See Earth, Ursula K. Lingund.
Amen.
All right.
Now, can I try reading that? Because I think it is a poem. Huh. From that time forth, he believed that the wise man is one who never sets himself apart from other living things, whether they have speech or not, and in later years he strove long to learn what can be learned in silence from the eyes of the animals, the flights of the birds, and the great slow gestures of the trees.
Much better reader than I am.
Is he talking about the owl?
Perhaps, yeah.
Huh. I don't know, but the wine is fucking delicious, okay?
Let's open this bad boy.
So, the one qualm I have with Kelly Fox, and I mean this respectfully, Mrs. Fox, you are very philosophical, and sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but your wine is good. Case in point. Did you really understand what that thing was saying?
No.
I
don't have enough IQs or chromosomes in my brain.
I don't think I do either, because when you were reading that, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And when I read it, I'm like, I'm even more confused. But the wines are just fantastic, incredible. Easily some of the best Pinot Noir, some of the best Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs. They also have a wine called the Nerthus, which is like their rosé. Oh my God, fucking fantastic. Retail price on that squeak.
Some people are like nice, and other people are like clutching their
I know,
ears.
right? Like no. But what was I saying? I already forgot.
Uh-oh.
I did forget. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I was too busy thinking of my pairing.
Yeah, and I'm too busy thinking about the sound.
The last thing you said was terroir. Does that help?
Was what?
Terroir?
No, I'm still confused.
Quite literally the last word you said before we got distracted a little bit.
But so retail price on this is approximately $28-$34.
That's fair. That's good.
So the most expensive wines they make, I think, are like about $79, and that's for their single vineyard Pinots. They also have Magnums that are like in the hundreds, maybe 200s. But these one, oh my god, do you smell that? It smells so fragrant already.
Oh, what the heck? Here I am on technology when I should be enjoying this. Oh my god.
Oh lordy,
Whoa,
that
what the
smells
heck?
like flowers and apples and pears and pineapple. It smells like tea. Cheers. I mean, look at that wonderful, like just kind of like green color.
If apples were...
It's like a kind of green, kind of yellow, very, very pale, but like very, I don't know. This is like what quality wine should look like and smell like.
What do you think, Taylor Swift?
Oh, I do hear she's a fan of white wine.
She is a fan of wine.
Oh, what an electric, beautiful, clean wine.
That is nice. Wow.
It is just
It keeps going.
scintillating. It's like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like electric. You take a sip, it shocks you, and then it's like you think like, oh my god, I taste like honeydew melon, I taste lemon, I taste apples, I taste salt. Is that lemongrass? Oh my god, is it mint? There's so much going on there.
Yeah, I'm getting like just honey and lemons, but they're like dancing.
Yeah, it's like alive. And I mean, it's like when you think of everything that Mrs. Fox puts into her wines, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. It's probably expensive to make. But what translates in the bottle is just like, holy hell, why is this so good? Oh, that's the same exact, on the website, it's the same exact little bottle.
Squaw!
So a little Willamette Valley Chardonnay. Yeah, like the aromas, it smells like, oh my god, it's like if you smell like baking soda, but you smell like lemons, and then you smell like pineapples. This just smells amazing.
Shop wines. Ooh.
Oh, and by the way, this I had to purchase directly from the winery because guess what? They don't sell them retail.
Assholes. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, these wines are incredible, and they are very much worth seeking out.
A Barbie Pinot Blanc. Will that go good with the Barbie movie?
Probably not, but maybe. I mean, that Pinot Blanc, I think, is named after her mom.
Oh.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, you probably could pair it with the Barbie movie, but this wine is just so zesty.
We're getting infiltrated by a cat.
It's the sweet cat, though.
But anyways, no, yeah, this is very good. I do like that. I do like the story of them just being like, nah, retailers, nah. What are you?
Yeah,
what?
I mean,
what are you talking about?
What this wine reminds me of is like it doesn't try to be an American Chardonnay that's like oaky, buttery, and fatty, and full of vanilla, but it also doesn't try to be Chablis. It doesn't try to be French. It's just like uniquely Oregon. And it's like when I think, what is the standard bearer of what I would describe as as a Oregon Chardonnay? It's really hard to say that there's a better Oregon Chardonnay at this price point than the one from Kelly Fox. I mean, what you taste, like I said, is just like literally just pure Chardonnay. You don't taste oak. You don't taste butter. There might be some in there. I don't know. It's that like perfectly integrated that when you taste the wine, it's just like, yo, what the hell? Why is this so good?
Hey, yo.
Mr. Victor, imagine this with sashimi. The cleanest sushi you can imagine. The like cleanest seafood with just a whole bunch of lemon juice. Oh my god. I want to be on the beach like in Greece just eating like a grilled fish with a whole bunch of lemon and having this wine.
It's
This wine literally makes me crave something light and refreshing, which is insane because wine usually makes me want to eat something super unhealthy.
you and this wine is reminding me that I haven't eaten much today.
Same here, my good sir. Same here. So this will be my only glass. All I had for lunch today was a slice of Mr. G's pizza that he brought into work today, and an eighth of a banana because it was green.
I had a homemade breakfast sandwich that was delicious.
Oh.
And I should have made two, apparently.
One for lunch and one for the breakfast time.
One for Brenner.
So, Mr. Victor, having tasted
Yes.
this wine, having seen what this wine is like, knowing the backstory of this wine, let's not say if because you're going to be doing this later on tonight. What media will you be pairing with this wine?
So, Mr. Victor, your story intrigued me. It reminds me of a developer that usually tries to do something like a little off kilter, a little off the beaten path every time they design a video game. Just sort of in a way avoiding the bigger, wider norms of like the video game industry. The way this producer here avoids the retailers. And that's going to be a video game called Travis Strikes Back, No More Heroes. I keep thinking it's No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Back.
Not The Empire Strikes Back?
Not The Empire Strikes Back. No. This is a spin-off of the No More Heroes video games. The first one is just it's just so Japanese as hell. It just has like sexy anime women, has a tough, you play as a tough guy. He's kind of like a stereotypical like jock where he's just cursing all the time, and he thinks he's so cool and tough, and he wears like these sunglasses and a big jacket, and he's just like, oh yeah, but he has like a lightsaber.
What the hell? So this is like Star Wars.
So, but like it avoids the whole Star Warsian thing by being like somewhat like a retro future, where it's just like it's a very powerful like beam katana, but like it dies very easily. So the only way to keep it charged is just like those flashlights you have to shake.
Oh Lord! Wow.
So in the middle of like beheading like weirdo monsters and aliens, you have to stop in the middle of combat. You could be attacked at any time. You have to stop in the middle of combat and just like mash the button to like shake this fucking thing. And you're just like a shake weight. You're just like,
oh my, yeah, the shake weights. Do you remember those advertised on like kid shows? I always thought like, what the fuck?
Easily memeable. And 100% what the director of this video game was going for, because for some reason when you press the recharge beam katana button and you have to mash the button to start shaking it, for some reason he holds it really low.
Oh no.
It's just like, come on. It's very funny. But the video game that I'm specifically referencing is a spin-off that they did a while ago, which is the first two games, classic action adventure. You had to defeat all the mini bosses to get to the main boss. Sort of linear story structure thing, and like the in-between scenes is just like, it's like gaggy, it's like tongue-in-cheek, it's like very Japanese humor, but it's like very stylized. And with each progressing entry in the game, the director Suda 51 and Gyochi Suda, this man's just like, I can't do the same shit every time. Why would I do that? So there's usually like either little mini games or like off-kilter things where it's just like you're not always swinging a beam katana. You're usually just like cutting someone's grass, or like you're like playing baseball. Those what are those things when it's a machine that throws it and you just have to hit it into the batting cages.
Yeah, there you go.
Batting cages stuff. And for this one, he's just like, all right, let me go off script a little bit again. How about instead of doing an entirely new No More Heroes, which would have been No More Heroes 3, he's just like, I'm gonna do something that is not like it's still action adventure, but instead of like a 3D camera, it's gonna be a top-down camera. Every chapter is different. Every environment is different. Every in-between chapter, like you're doing something completely different. But what made it cool is that for every different element and gameplay change, in Travis Strikes Back, he actually partnered with other indie developers to be like, hey, why don't you make this section of the game? And then like we'll just like Frankenstein it together. So that was very cool. And for some reason, despite, because when the games originally came out, they're like on Wii. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, that kind of makes sense. Wii has a very strong user base because everyone and their grandma bought one. Although I don't think grandma's playing this game.
Grandma's still alive, sadly.
And so they always had a strong Nintendo partnership. Now, that goes a little bit against your thing because obviously Nintendo's a giant conglomerate, especially nowadays.
Well, I mean, they have to, cater to the wine industry somehow. Because how else are those wines being sold?
That is correct. But if you're not even a somewhat active Nintendo gamer, it does feel like you have to go out of your way to like get a Wii, especially if you want to replay them, because they are ported, but for some reason it's still kind of definitive-ish to get the version that has like the Wiimote, like you gotta swing it a little bit to recharge your little beam katana and stuff like that.
Oh lordy.
So it's very strange that despite them having a very strong fan base, that they're just like, it's still just gonna be on Nintendo Switch. You still gotta buy a Nintendo Switch. It's the only thing although I think they changed their mind like a little bit within the year, because it came out in 2019. And I think it took like to the end of 2019 to be like, all right, fine, it's on PS4 too.
Oh, they caved.
Yeah. So it just always felt like it was like in this little bubble, in this little corner, but it's so good. Like you get there and it's just like, again, this is weird and off kilter, but like once you succumb to the madness, you get a really good bottle of wine. Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty damn on point right there. It's just, you have to undergo a few quirks to get to the good stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like with Kelly Fox, it's, again, the gongs, the playing of classical music, a few things that if you're a conventional wine drinker, you're like, okay, what do gongs do to wine? My answer to that is, why do you care? She wants to play gongs and her wine's good. Let her play all the gongs she wants. I don't care. I mean, look at the examples speak for themselves in the glass. I mean, this is a just beautiful Chardonnay. I think it's really hard to find examples of Chardonnay that taste this good at this price point, solely because of A, where it's being sourced from, and 2, who it's being made by.
I completely forgot this was a Chardonnay.
Right. I mean,
I thought you gave me a blend.
Right.
This is so good.
Yeah, because again, this is just how well this Chardonnay is made.
Fantastic. Very good. But yeah, that was very good. So the official pairing with this Kelly Fox Chardonnay from Willamette Valley.
Willamette Valley, yes.
It's going to be Travis Strikes Back. There's a little bug in here. That's what the cats have been chasing. Travis Strikes Back, No More Heroes for the Nintendo Switch. You can also get it on PS4, and I think it's out on PC as well. Very good. You probably need, because it's such like a cult classic-ish kind of feel, you probably do need a little bit of playing the older ones. But back when I was an official video game critic, Mr. Victor, I was writing for a website. I've only watched my friend play the first game. So when I reviewed this game for the website, I had like not that much prior knowledge, and I still had a lot of fun. I think I gave it such a favorable review that my boss and editor-in-chief was just like, "Are you sure?" Because one of my statements was just like that is like a must-own Nintendo Switch game, and I deeply felt that at the time because this was like near the beginning of the Nintendo Switch, probably like year 2 or 3, and I was just like, "Sure, you got." Well, no, this is before Animal Crossing, so sure you had like your Mario Karts and like maybe 1 or 2 fucking or.
Oh, you got it. Oh, I thought you were just gonna smash into your pants and just
that's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yes.
But yeah, there's your Legend of Zeldas and your Mario Karts and stuff like that. But unless you're playing a bunch of indie games, I think this is one of the like top tier like action games that you probably want. Like if you love action, you have to have this game. And that's how I felt about it. And he was just like, must own, must-own game. I'm just like, it's good. So,
And I would say, conversely, the same thing about Kelly Fox is that, yes, Oregon does have, your Domain Druhins. It does have your Antica Terra, and Antica Terra. It does have your Adeas. It also does have the Bethel Heights and, the, oh my God, Beaufreres. But I know Kelly Fox deserves to be talked about in those names because the wines that she's putting out are just absolutely incredible. So you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Buy up Kelly Fox while it's still affordable because in a few years, ideally, you won't be able to compete.
I was about to say, too, it's affordable, too, so why not grab a bottle?
Or now, wait till people start finding out that this wine is actually incredible for what you're paying, and I'll be like, I'm so happy I can afford it.
This game's on the Switch right now for $30, and I would have sworn I saw it on sale a few weeks ago, so I'm sure in a few weeks' time it'll probably be on sale again.
See, budget wine, budget game. For now.
So yeah, that's the official pairing for this episode. If you guys agree with this pairing, or you have any ideas of what we should be pairing in the later episodes, you can comment down below on the YouTubes. You can email us podcast@speak.net. But I think you're all too Gen Z for that.
Oh my God. I would agree.
That's why I mostly recommend the email for any magic makers out there, whether it's liquids or pixels. If you want to send us anything or invite us out anywhere, please feel free. We would love to.
Kelly Fox.
Give anything a try.
Blink, blink, wink, wink.
Blink, blink, and the winks, winks. Other than that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this episode with a friend who is kind of bullish on Chardonnays. They're just like, aren't those the buttery, oaky things? No, Chardonnays can be so many different things.
They are.
And same thing for Travis Strikes Back. Very interesting Switch game. And I think that's our episode, Mr. Rick.
That is the episode. Bye-bye, everybody. We shall see you pretty soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.